Hey guys, how's it going? Old Faithful here. Uh, Me and this saw's got a lot of history. Uh, Probably one of my most memorable favorite builds. Uh, this is the very first 4910 501 platform that I broke 6 horsepower on. Uh, was the first one I ever raced with. First one I ever built the stack for. I blacked it out, I don't know, last year I think. And then I put a 500p handle on it. I want this handle for different projects. I've got a brand new 4910 handle. I got the brand new updated a2d design set up for this, and I got brand new top covers for this. Knowing what I know now, I could easily tear this thing back apart and get more power out of it. This is one that's sitting, you know, 2 of the transfers are at 29 degrees blowdown, and 2 of the transfers are sitting at 31 degrees blowdown. This saw makes a tremendous amount of pull. It's not as high strung as like the Shin or whatever, but in a non-racing, I mean, it'll still do. This thing competes very, very well, but the Shin is faster. Same with stickers if you're going by time cuts. But if you go by stuffing the dogs in and then hanging on the back of it, this thing's an absolute brutal beast. This saw lives with an 8-pin on it. I just like the way it pulls an 8-pin. But kind of hard for me to go back into it and change things when this was one of my stepping stone builds. And to actually use the thing in a real firewood situation, it's an absolute joy. I love felling trees with this saw. Love bucking with it too. It's just a phenomenal saw. My filter gets in the way, and so I think today's video is going to be me taking this thing apart and switching that handle, and then showing you guys how easy it is to install a a2d setup. The saw is grubby. I probably should have blew it off first, but it's going to go right back out and work every day. This is one that lost my Echo badge, so I stuck one of my stickers to fill in the gap that was missing there. I actually lost that sticker cleaning it up one day. This saw has been featured in numerous videos. It was in one video where I had a great big honking piece of oak stood upright, and I was walking around it, and then even though it was pinching down on the bar, we're talking piece of oak that was bigger than this table, and I walked it around it, and it was pinching down onto the bar, and then you guys actually got to see how much torque this thing had, because it actually literally pushed the log out of the way as it was pinching down on it. Kind of cool moment. Had quite a few comments on that. So I just can't bear to. I don't need to race this saw because I have so many other ones that are now faster than this. But I don't think any of my other ones remotely touches the torque that this thing's. The mid-range, where the power comes at in this is right where the timing of the coil it all lines up absolutely perfect, and the thing just pulls like a freight train, and it's sitting on a pretty high roof. gas in it too. I think this thing's still got the gas in it from when I made that video, if I recall. But yeah, we're gonna put it back into 49 chem trim. Now, the shape of this is different. I don't know if that was a 500 thing or if that actually took a hit at one time. But I want this for a different project. Oh, so now let's see here. This is one of my first generation stacks. The clamp itself actually holds this cover. I don't know if I recall. I gotta kind of squeeze it a little bit because it clips underneath there. There's a bolt right here. I get asked all the time, how I had apparently glued that one on there, but I just carved out a chunk of plastic and turned it in. And when we were doing racing, testing and trying stuff out, I want to say that gave it a 5% increase in cut speeds. So at that point in time, it was pretty big. I still think in a race world that would be probably ideal, but I think an aluminum adapter that I had on the shin is a far better version than my first one there. I think this is the first one I did where I made a bolt too for the compression release block off. There goes a brand cover. And then she still looks pretty good in there. Give this girl a bath one of these days. But now if I ever cook this thing, yeah, we'll probably stuff some different numbers in the next cylinder for it, but same time it's kind of cool to see, because this one made 6.12 horse. I was thrilled that but I've also gotten the same horsepower with different blowdown numbers too. But, biggest limiting factor on these things is the ignition system, flywheel and ignition system. These things would have had a setup like a 346 in it, where I could clock the timing and have it fixed where I wanted it instead of it moving all over the place. Holy cow, these things would have been. Yeah, this thing's got stock carburetor on it too. I thought maybe I thinned the shafts on this one, and it is not thinned. So, yep. For those that are wondering if you can make 6 horse on a stock carburetor, the only thing that's been done to this carburetor is the tabs nipped off on the adjusters, the limiter caps. renditions of these a2d setups are super nice. Makes things look sweet. He had performance in mind, along with looks, compactability, durability. Just absolutely amazing product for these saws. I will show you how I oil my filters too. I guess I'll have video reference for me to look back on this thing, because it'll take me some time to get used to not seeing it with that on there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that setup now. So there's that. I am going to stick all this back together so I don't lose nothing. That way I don't lose any of that. I think I'll actually just throw that in the 4910 box. Grab my composure. I'm going to grab some gloves and the oil. Alrighty. I was able to get it playing with the gloves on. I just threw a set of gloves on to make it cleaner. This is just foam filter oil from Bellray. It's real sticky stuff. You can put it in a bag, or you can do it like what I'm doing here. It doesn't take much, and I will just sit here and use the gloves to make sure we've got total coverage. So I don't knock it over and waste it. Stuff is kind of pricey. But, I mean, even if you don't have that stuff, you can substitute it for motor oil. It doesn't have the, almost, I mean, you could use your bar oil if you want. That's about, stuff's just a little stickier than bar oil. Like Briggs and Stratton's, we used to just use the regular, when we changed oil, we just used the regular motor oil we were putting in it to do up the filter. And then I like to take a rag and try to get the excess drippy off there. And just like that. Take the cage. And on this one, with that stupid little seam, I like to kind of pushes on the back there. And then this goes tuck in there just a little bit. Make sure I'm sealed up all the way around. Check down. Take those off, throw them in the growing pile of crap on the floor. And just keep it covered. And for those that don't like to do that, you can use that system too. There she is. The old bracer's got a new look. Give her a bath. Got this thing. Lives with an 8-pin rim on it. I just absolutely love the way this thing butchers wood with the 8-pin. And I know there's a lot that don't believe me, but it is 29 and 31 degrees of blowdown on this. So can't remember. I think I sloped the secondaries on it. It's been so long I can't remember. But this thing's one hell of a firewood saw. So there, now she looks. Looks like a nice 4910 again. Throw this stuff in the box. Save it for some different project, or if I ever want to switch her back to the old setup. But yeah, that's how simple it is to put up one of these performance enhancing a2d design filters. Walking apart. I think this handle sits a little higher. Why Echo didn't spend an extra 30 cents of plastic to make a full wrap? Why a lot of saw companies don't. I don't understand why they don't offer it for the 550. A 550 with a full wrap on it, especially all poured up like my 550, would be an absolute hoot to run with a little wrap on it. Especially, wraps aren't good for everything, but if I'm in the woods and I'm doing a lot of out of position cutting, I love a full, saw with a wrap on it. If all you're doing is falling in one direction or bucking, a wrap's probably not the way to go, or if you're doing a lot of stumping, because the wrap gets in the way. But if you're got pricker bushes and vines and you're climbing over stuff and you flip and flap your saw, I sometimes cut ambidextrously. If I start getting fatigued one way, I'll just switch positions and cut a different way for a while. Probably not the safest way to do it, but everybody has their own way of cutting. I just do my thing. But yeah, if you guys are interested in a filter setup, a2d Designs, contact Alex, and we'll be more than happy to hook you up. I'll be looking forward to probably firing that thing up with the old gas in it there, and we'll see how it cuts. I think I got a used work chain. Well, that chain don't feel horrible. I think we could get some pretty good fast cuts out of her with that. So, yep. So there you guys go. You guys take it easy and have a good one.